Hello, I'm Olivia. This is Chris, and this is Bobby. And we had the opportunity to interview Brad Lund, who is the proprietor of the accounting firm Lund and Associates.
We found Brad through his email on Lund and Associates, and we were fortunate enough to be able to meet with him on campus where he lectures part-time.
Before we get started on what we learned from our interview, we wanted to provide you with some background on Brad and his company.
Brad is a chartered professional accountant and chartered business valuator. In addition to owning Lund and Associates, Brad is a lecturer at Wilfrid Laurier University and teaches fourth-year advanced taxation and MBA managerial taxation.
Brad founded Lund and Associates in 1997. Since its inception, the firm has grown to employ 13 people and served hundreds of clients. Prior to starting, Brad worked at an international accounting firm for over 11 years.
Key takeaway was a team is only as strong as its weakest link. So finding and hiring quality staff is critical and will greatly affect the quality of the service that you provide. This relates back to the crazy quilt principle. Although not a partnership in conventional sense, the relationship between you and your staff is very important to the business, and it's essential that you hire people who value your
The
business.
second key takeaway was we often think of competitive advantage as having a newer, better, or more cutting-edge product or service. However, Brad pointed out in the interview that competitive advantage can be as simple as understanding your clients and developing a personal
Final key
relationship.
takeaway is something that seems fairly simple: location. Although less critical to professional service business models, advisable to be close and therefore easily accessible to your target customers. The more convenient to the customer, the better the service.
Affordable loss is important when starting a business because there is no guarantee to how much you will gain, but there is a guarantee that there will be some losses and sacrifices. So you really have to be comfortable with the amount that you're willing or capable of losing. Brad understood this concept and maintained a lean business model until his firm grew and became more established.
The bird in hand principle was used in the early startup stage. He started by thinking about who he is. He knew his family was always self-employed, so he made it his goal to open up his own business. He then thought about who he knows, being the few people in the field he could ask for assistance in his services, and finally, what he needs.
So Brad was able to start his business on his own without any business partners. His accounting skills and experience that Bobby previously mentioned were an adequate foundation. Brad's company employs 13 people, which can be seen as the partnerships in his business. During our interview, he emphasized the qualities that he looks for in those employees. Their intelligence, hardworking, effective time management, and verbal and written communication skills. He sees these as the skills needed to deal with the demands of the job and provide the optimal experience.
With regards to class content, sometimes our course material can make entrepreneurial processes seem a bit overwhelming since today's entrepreneurs have more competition than ever, and there's more and more pressure to think of something completely new and completely innovative. But Brad's business reminded us that something as traditional as accounting can still be equitable because there will always be a demand for that
For our
service.
interview that supports class material is Brad's business income is based around a model. The professional service model, although this particular model is not one that we discussed in class, it highlights the facts that there are established methods and models that are important when starting a business.
A final element from class that was the idea that as your business evolves, you have to kind of adapt your mindset with it. He mentioned that originally it's really important to focus on keeping the cost of your business low and run a lean business. But as the company grows and makes more money, you're able to justify greater expenses. Additionally, because Lund and Associates is an established business now, they are able to be more selective with their clients.
So that kind of sums up our take on the interview. Personally, as a health science student, I really liked what he had to say about location, how different businesses benefit from different locations, where he, as an accounting firm, doesn't rely heavily on being in a central area, whereas someone in a health service relies a lot on people being able to access that service. So that was really interesting.
Cool. So for me, my major takeaway there was being in kinesiology, and I'm graduating this year. I'm going to be looking for a job moving forward and kind of figuring out what I want to do with the rest of my life. I like that he just kind of took the skills that he had as an accountant and just started a business based on that. Didn't create anything, didn't have to think of anything new. That's something I could do as well. Just kind of take my skills as a kinesiologist and go with that. So that's what I took away.
For me, what I've learned is basically you don't really have to start big always, just start small. Even now, he has only 13 people working under him. So with that being said, you don't need to start out with something big, 50 people working under you to be making money.